congratulatory statements from the Lok Sabha MPs, the ruckus erupted in the House after Speaker Om Birla called the declaration of emergency a blot on the democracy.
भारत के कितने नागरिकों का जीवन तबाह कर दिया था। माननीय सदस्यगण, ये सदन 1975 में देश में आपातकाल इमरजेंसी लगाने के निर्णय की कड़े शब्दों में निंदा करता है। इसके साथ ही हम उन सभी लोगों की संकल्प शक्ति की सराहना करते हैं जिन्होंने इमरजेंसी का विरोध किया, अभूतपूर्व संघर्ष किया और भारत के लोकतंत्र की रक्षा का दायित्व निभाया। भारत के इतिहास में 25 जून 1975 के उस दिन को हम हमेशा काले अध्याय के रूप में जाना जाएगा। हम सब 2 मिनट का मौन रखते हैं।
While observing 2 minutes of silence to mark 50 years of emergency, the opposition resorted to sloganeering and chanted undeclared emergency slogans.
सभा की कार्रवाई
Amid the high voltage drama, the proceedings of the House were adjourned till tomorrow. The NDA is in coalition now, and the India Alliance has sizable number in the lower house. And the political showdown between the centre and opposition is only expected to escalate in coming days.
Today was that historic day in Parliament when Om Birla went on to be Lok Sabha Speaker for a second consecutive term. Now, we had got you details of what happened yesterday, where the opposition had gone on to pit K. Suresh against Om Birla. This when they were not given a commitment over Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha. However, the ayes had it in the Parliament today, and yes, Om Birla created history. He went on to become the Lok Sabha Speaker yet again, which has only happened once in the past. Now, while a lot of congratulatory messages came in for Om Birla from the NDA MPs and the opposition as well, but furor really from the Congress when Om Birla went on to speak about emergency, calling it one of the darkest periods that the country has seen. In fact, to refer to the exact statements that he made, where he said that we respect the Constitution and cherish the values established in it. We observe June 25 as a black day. The Congress started sloganeering, and in fact, many of those MPs who staged a walkout, and much to their dismay, in fact, it was the SP and TMC that went on to support this resolution against emergency in the Lok Sabha. However, later Prime Minister Narendra Modi also put out a post to this effect, where he said that he was glad that the Speaker strongly condemned emergency and highlighted the excesses committed during that time.
Well, it seems like relief is still far from sight for AAP Supremo and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in the Delhi excise policy scam case, because after Supreme Court's refusal to hear the bail plea, now CBI has formally arrested the Delhi Chief Minister. Here's the complete story.
Arvind Kejriwal's fate hangs in balance in the Delhi excise policy scam case. The Central Bureau of Investigation has formally arrested Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal. The arrest by the CBI was made after Special Judge Amitabh Rawat passed the order. Meanwhile, the Apex Court has allowed Arvind Kejriwal to withdraw his plea against the Delhi High Court's interim stay on the bail order.
Trouble is only mounting for the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in the liquor policy case. First, the heat by the Enforcement Directorate, and the result of it, Kejriwal being in the judicial custody. Now the CBI has built on its crackdown on Arvind Kejriwal regarding the excise policy case, with the CBI looking into the angles of corruption. Remember, the ED case is different, as the ED is taking care of the links and the angles under the PMLA and the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Well, what we know so far, Kejriwal is going to be in trouble because the CBI has built a strict case Today in the Rouse Avenue Court, several arguments were made by the CBI. The CBI claims that Arvind Kejriwal was present when there was a closed-door meeting happening at his very residence during the drafting of the excise policy.
It is pertinent to note that the Supreme Court has granted him the liberty to file a substantial appeal into the matter. Aam Aadmi Party Supremo Arvind Kejriwal is behind bars since March in connection with the money laundering in the Delhi excise policy scam case. With Arvind Kejriwal running for relief in the Delhi excise policy scam case, the BJP is also prepared to pull no punches into the matter. The political face-off and showdown are only likely to heat up between the Aam Aadmi Party and BJP in the national capital in coming days.
The CBI also claims that it has in fact found and identified 44 crore money trail, and the proceeds of crime was in fact used to pay for the Chief Minister's stay in Goa. Remember, the ED has also found out a trail of 45 crore and have alleged that this money was used to fund the campaigning during the Goa and Punjab elections. In fact, the CBI also says that it requires custodial interrogation of Arvind Kejriwal, as the Chief Minister has in fact denied the evidence or denied that Vijay Nair used to work under him. Rather, the CBI claims that Kejriwal is just putting the onus on Manish Sisodia, and Kejriwal says, as per the CBI, that Vijay Nair used to work for Atishi Singh and Saurabh Bhardwaj. So what exactly is the scenario for Kejriwal now, as trouble only increasing for him? We have to wait and see as to how far this case goes. It is all now dependent on the courts. In fact, the Supreme Court has also allowed Kejriwal's legal team to file a fresh petition that challenges the High Court's order that had put a stay on his regular bail, which was given by the Rouse Avenue Court earlier.
Viewers, India continues to dismantle all the terror hideouts in Jammu and Kashmir, and the latest encounter was in Doda, where one terrorist has been gunned down. In fact, Republic TV is the only channel on ground zero to give you all the latest updates. Here's a complete story.
Anti-terror operations are underway in Jammu and Kashmir as security forces proceed on their zero-tolerance approach. In the latest, one Pakistani terrorist has been gunned down in Jammu and Kashmir's Doda. A group of 3 to 4 terrorists was trapped in a mud house when the security forces began the operation to eliminate them. Notably, this was the same group of terrorists that attacked the Jammu and Kashmir police personnel in Gandho on June the 12th. Manhunt continues for other Pakistani terrorists in areas around Doda. The Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir is on high alert since Pakistan's dastardly terror attack in Reasi that killed 9 Hindu pilgrims. Since then, the anti-terror operations have intensified to thwart any bid by Pakistan for infiltration and terror attempts. With the ongoing encounter and anti-terror operations, one thing is crystal clear. India will not remain quiet to Pakistan-sponsored terror.
In a big success for the security forces, Jammu and Kashmir police along with the Indian Army and the paramilitary forces has neutralized a Pakistani terrorist in the upper reaches of the Doda's Gando. Right now we are at the ground zero where the security forces have coordinated the entire area, and now the operation is said to be in the advanced stage. One terrorist has already been neutralized, and this is a big success for the security forces, be it Jammu and Kashmir police, the Indian Army's 4 Rashtra Rifles, 9 Para or the Central Armored Police Force, along with the VDGs that have played a key role. Those who have taken the gun to wipe out terrorism in 90s have once again taken the gun to ensure that their area remains the terror-free. Though this is a 303, but when it comes to their enthusiasm, their zeal to wipe out the terrorism, it is of the next level. Entire area has been coordinated by the Indian Army, Jammu and Kashmir Police. If I'll request Sarjeevan to show you a 360-degree view of the area, then you will be in a position to understand that how tough the terrain is when it comes to this challenging challenging area, but the security forces, they hunt down the terrorists within 15 days of the attack on the Jammu and Kashmir police, in which Constable Farid got injured when the security forces tried to launch an attack on the location of the terrorists where they were hiding on the June 13th. And since then, relentless operations were launched by the Jammu and Kashmir police along with the 4 Astra rifles as well as the 9 para of the Indian Army along with the paramilitary forces. And now in a successful operation so far, 1 terrorist has been neutralized and a US-made M4 carbine rifle has been recovered. This M4 rifle is usually given by the Jaish to its top commanders, those who are operating in Jammu and Kashmir. We have seen in the Kathua also that the terrorist who was killed, one was carrying the AK rifle while other was carrying a M4 rifle. And now the entire area has been cordoned in. The security forces, those who have carried out the operation, they are also here. Few meters from this very place is the place where the operation site is, and now the area combing operation is underway. This is a big success coming ahead of the Amarnath Yatra, because we are less than 36 hours to the Amarnath Yatra and a major terror plot has been foiled as the security forces have gunned down a terrorist, primarily seems to be from the Pakistan, who was carrying a M4 carbine along with the huge cache of arms and ammunition, that a bag that has been recovered from his possession. And now the searches are underway for other terrorists that are active in the area. The initial input was of 2 to 3 terrorists being active in the area, and now the entire area is under the cordon and the operations are underway. We continue to report from the ground zero, the only channel from the ground zero, Republic TV, from the Gando area of Doda with Sir Jeevan Kumar.
Well, viewers, the Ravana files continues to get deeper and murkier even today as well. Both the brothers are currently entangled in legal battles. One in a sex gate scandal and the other one is facing sexual assault charges by his own party members. And today, a court denied bail for Prajwal Ravana, and on the other hand, Suraj Ravana faced another complaint from another victim. Here's the story.
In a big setback for Prajwal Ravana, the Karnataka Special Representatives Court has rejected his bail plea in connection with a case involving allegations against him and his father, H.D. Ravana, filed at the Holanarsipura police station. The court's decision came after hearing arguments from both the Special Public Prosecutor and Prajwal Ravana's counsel. The SPP vehemently opposed the bail, highlighting the serious nature of the accusations, which reportedly include IPC Section 376, which amounts to rape. On the other hand, Prajwal's father continues to cry political vendetta by the ruling dispensation. But the Karnataka Home Minister has denied the allegations.
See, these are all not politically motivated. They have no background of any political intervention, and nobody is interested in all these things, right? So, suppose there is an aggrieved party, gives a complaint to a police station, what the police will do? The minimum, they register an FIR. And then further investigation will happen if there is a truth in it, and they'll take action. Otherwise, it will be, B report will be filed and the person will go free.
Meanwhile, in another troubling incident involving the Ravana family, Suraj Ravana, Prajwal's brother, faces allegations of sexual assault. Today, he was recently taken for a medical checkup at Boring Hospital. This follows a complaint lodged against Suraj Ravana by another victim. This means the legal troubles continue to escalate against the Ravana brothers. CID officials have conducted medical examinations on both complainants to gather evidence and substantiate the allegations. The legal heat against Ravana brothers continues to mount, drawing significant scrutiny. The Ravana brothers, once prominent figures in Karnataka politics, now find themselves embroiled in serious legal battles, challenging their reputations and political careers amidst these grave accusations.
Now, rape accused Prajwal Ravana, former MP, had gone ahead and filed for bail in the Special People's Representative Court as well. But finally, after 4 days of hearing, Justice Gajanana Bhatt has gone ahead and rejected the bail after listening to the arguments made by the Special Public Prosecutor in connection with the case, where the Special Public Prosecutor stated that Prajwal Ravana has not only been booked in this case for sexual assault, but also the rape charge under IPC Section 376. has been later added on to by the investigation authorities after they had gone on to record the statements before the magistrate of the victim under CRPC 164-2. So all importantly, even the counsel for Prajwal Revanna argued that these were only baseless allegations and there has been no sort of headway that has been made in the case, and unnecessarily the SIT was going ahead and delaying Prajwal being handed over back to the judicial custody. But the special public prosecutor has again maintained the fact that there has been a fourth FIR which has been registered, which goes ahead and shows that allegedly Prajwal Revanna, on the pretext of going ahead and getting an admission for a woman's son, he had asked her to go on and strip in front of the camera too, and therefore the judge decided that the bail plea will be rejected for now. With video journalist Bhagat Prajwal Prasad reporting for Republic from Bengaluru.
Now moving on, viewers, it's been more than a month since the Pune posh horror unfolded in Maharashtra, and even as the victims' families continue to await justice, the Bombay High Court has now set the killer brat free, and there are multiple questions that need to be answered. What happened to the blood samples? What happened to multiple proofs about evidence tampering? And even as these questions remain unanswered, the opposition party in Maharashtra has vowed to take up this particular case in the Maharashtra Assembly, while also claiming that there is a major bid by the ruling government in Maharashtra to shield the killer brat. Here's the story.
Shocking details have come to light even after the release of the VVIP killer in a Pune Porsche murder case. These visuals are from outside the remand home in Pune, where the juvenile was locked up. The media was misled in a bid to cordon off the area ahead of the killer's release.
यहाँ पर लोगों ने जेजेबी के जो लोग हैं उन्होंने पहले मीडिया से ये कहा कि ये जो रिहाई है इस बंदे की ये कल होने वाली है। वकीलों ने भी कल का कहा। मीडिया को एक तरह से गुमराह किया गया, लेकिन हमारे स्मार्ट पत्रकार, आप सब देख सकते हैं जो कैमरामैन और पत्रकार यहाँ पे खड़े हैं, कोई भी गया नहीं। और अब जेजेबी ने इस दरवाजे को लॉक कर लिया है जिससे कि मीडिया अंदर नहीं आ सके।
Watch how a luxury car drives away the super brat killer to his freedom. Just like the luxury car with which he mowed down Anish and Ashwini.
Mr. Dakode, could you respond to the question? आपने legally Sir, we haven't got any evidence against Congress.
I told you I am not here to be answering specific questions about individuals. I have told you that whoever will be guilty will be booked and is being booked.
Meanwhile, the state continues to pay lip service.
मैं उनके माता पिता मेरे पास आए थे, उनको मुख्यमंत्री सहायता निधि से 10-10 लाख रुपए का चेक मैंने आज दिया हुआ है। हम लोग पूरी तरह उनके परिवार के साथ हैं और कोई भी गुनहगार आरोपी उसमें से उसको बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। ये केस फास्ट ट्रैक पे चलाई जाएगी।
आज की मैंने न्यूज़ देखा वो तो देखकर तो मुझे शॉक लगा कि क्या हो गया करके, लेकिन मुझे पूरा विश्वास है अपनी न्याय व्यवस्था में। उनने भी कुछ सोच के मतलब ये फैसला किया होगा और आगे बस मेरी एक रिक्वेस्ट है न्याय महोदय से कि एक माँ का दर्द समझे। मैंने अपने एक बेटी को खोया है।
Will power and politics take precedence over the life of innocent citizens?
और ये इस गाड़ी में माइनर मास्क के साथ बीच में सेंटर में बैठा।
Our focus to West Bengal. A shocking case of child trafficking has come to light where a woman has now been held while she was caught with a child inside a bag in one of the railway stations in North 24 Parganas. And after that, the fellow passengers then reported the incidents to the cops. And here's how the story unfolded.
Chaos ensued at the Birati railway station in West Bengal's North 24 Parganas district. A woman was caught with a child in the train at the Birati railway station. The child was inside a bag when fellow passengers nabbed her. The passengers heard the baby crying inside the bag and then nabbed the trafficker and rescued the child. Later, chaos and protest broke out at the railway station against child trafficking. The police had to resort to lathi charge in order to disperse the agitated protesters. The woman was carrying a baby in a market bag on a train from Dattapakur to Sialda station. The investigation is underway into the matter. The GRP of the Birati railway station and the West Bengal police are finding out child's background and family.
A very chaotic situation erupted in the Birati railway station in North 24 Parganas district in West Bengal when a woman was nabbed in a local train by her fellow passengers with the allegation of child trafficking. The local train was going from Dattapakur railway station to Sialda, and the woman was carrying a shopping bag in her hand, from which the cry of a baby was being heard by the fellow passengers, and then the fellow passengers with the allegation of child trafficking nabbed the woman and handed her to the local GRP. But around this incident there was tremendous agitation at Birati station because there has been these rumors of child trafficking in the whole North 24 Parganas district for last few weeks. But today's incident was really concerning because the woman who was traveling in the local train, there was really a baby, a child in her shopping bag, and the child was crying. So the fellow passengers felt that that woman was trying to traffic the child to somewhere else. They handed over the woman with the child to the GRP, but there was tremendous agitation in Birati railway station. To bring it under control, GRP had to lathi charge in the station premises also.
Well, viewers, that's all we could pack for you in today's edition of Across the Republic. Up next is a live and breaking news segment. Stay tuned.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
With over 1,12,718 startups igniting innovation, driving digital growth, over 800 million internet users are bridging distances and strengthening bonds across the globe, making India the third largest digitalized country in the world, accounting for around 46% of the world's real-time digital transactions. To celebrate the makers and shakers behind Digital India and India's phenomenal digital yatra, Republic Business is delighted to bring its inaugural Republic Business Emerging Tech Awards.
already seen about 40 counties that have been hit by this. 7 have already applied for emergencies. Those process will be in place. We'll do it as quickly as possible. And this is a point where I always say thank you to the Minnesota legislature that has created a second.
Good evening and welcome friends to this 6:30 p.m. live and breaking Speaker's election inside Parliament, and for the first time perhaps, signs of fracture in India both inside and outside. Inside, during the resolution on emergency, allies like the Samajwadi Party and the TMC stay back even as Congress stages protest. And outside, Congress demands that Arvind Kejriwal should resign now that he has been arrested by the CBI also in liquor policy case. All that and more. Let me get you the headlines first. After VVIP brat walks out free, Republic reveals how the brat was given VVIP treatment inside.
I am not here to be answering specific questions about individuals. I've told you that whoever will...
Let them do whatever they want. I also a little bit of constitution. These empty threats will not work on me.
But they are demanding your apology. After taking oath in Parliament, saying Jai Palestine, Owaisi remains defiant, says I have read the Constitution. After ED, now CBI arrests Arvind Kejriwal. Court reserves verdict on the CBI plea order shortly.
Courts keep denying you bail. Obviously, there must be some sense of some involvement of yours. You may ultimately be proved innocent. That's what the courts will decide. You should be the first person to resign.
A major divide in Indy bloc over Arvind Kejriwal. Congress says can't run government from jail, demands resignation. Big win for security forces in Doda. 3 Pakistani terrorists killed in an encounter. Operation still underway. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is now free man. He returns to Australia after US legal battle ends. Element. All right, friends, let's begin with a breaking news development, and a big one at that. Security forces have neutralized 3 Pakistani terrorists in Doda, Gando, and this encounter went on for a few hours, following which, in a joint operation, the security forces, along with the Jammu and Kashmir police, have eliminated or succeeded in eliminating these 3 terrorists, all belonging to the Jaish-e-Mohammed, it seems, as per preliminary reports, and including carrying American-made M4 carbines and the rifle. These are pictures, deferred live pictures from earlier, which show the Doda encounter site, and 3 terrorists neutralized, their bodies in possession of the security forces, even as sweep is being carried out of the encounter site to make sure that there are no other terrorists left. Let's look at this ground report filed by Gursimran just a while back.
In a big success for the security forces, the forces have managed to gun down 3 terrorists in the Gando area of the Doda district. Right now, we are reporting from the ground zero. This operation was launched by the Jammu and Kashmir police along with the Indian Army and the special forces. And now the operation is in advanced stage as all 3 terrorists have been neutralized. The Jammu and Kashmir police, led by the team of the DIG DKR, they carried out the intelligence-based operation along with the 4 rust rifle, 26 rust rifle and 9 para of the Indian Army. And during the search operations, the 3 terrorists fired upon the security forces. 3 terrorists have been neutralized. This comes as a big success, as this was the same group that carried out the attack on the Jammu and Kashmir police search party, in which Constable Farid got injured on June 13. And since then, there was a manhunt that was going on. The police said that they were very close to the terrorist, and today morning at around 9:50, the encounter broke out, and in the encounter that went on for roughly 8 hours, security forces have managed to neutralize all 3 terrorists, and now the search is on if there is any accomplice of these terrorists that is active in the area. That the dhok that you see in the visuals is the dhok where the terrorists were hiding and they were taking refuge in. That was the place where they were cornered in by the security forces, and now the intensified operations are underway to retrieve the bodies of the killed terrorists, as well as to retrieve the 3 weapons that have been recovered from these terrorists, though, including an M4 rifle, which hints that this is possibly a Jaish-e-Mohammed group, and a commander was given M4 rifle along with a huge cache of arms and ammunition. But a successful operation coming for the Jammu zone police, as the DKR police has managed to neutralize 3 terrorists in a successful operation without any collateral damage. With Sir Jeevan Kumar, Gursimran Singh for Republic Media Network.
All right, moving on to the Delhi Liquorgate probe, and it seems like a triple whammy for Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. After his bail plea was rejected in the ED case, CBI formally arrested him and has sought his remand. And outside of these legal proceedings, the Aam Aadmi Party seems to be facing some allies headwinds, with the Congress Party now demanding Kejriwal's resignation. 2 of the Congress party leaders, Udit Raj and Sandeep Dixit, suggesting that there can't be smoke without fire. So obviously, when the courts are rejecting the bail plea, it seems there is some prima facie evidence. Also, you can't be running the government from inside jail, so please resign. Listen in to what Sandeep Dixit and Udit Raj told my correspondent, Gopi Shah.
The initiation and the starting days of Aam Aadmi Party. And since I was involved in the whole negotiation between Kejriwal and the government, especially during the Lok Sabha days, I'll tell you what the viewpoint of Kejriwal himself was. His view was that if any random person goes to a Lok Sabha, puts a complaint against any political leader, that political leader should immediately be taken away from his post until such time as he or she is cleared, should not come back. When we asked this question that this is a ridiculous thing, any Tom, Dick and Harry can go to somebody and put a case. They said, so what? Within 3 months, Lok Ayukt will clear you. Fine, that's okay. Now, my question is, your basic principle was that anybody against whom, even if there is a frivolous charge, should not be allowed to be in office. Now, in your case, I'm not saying ED is right or wrong. I'm not saying CBI is right or wrong. But the fact is that since courts keep denying you bail, obviously there must be some sense of some involvement of yours. You may ultimately be proved innocent. That's what the courts will decide. You should be the first person to resign. So I think this is the worst kind of hypocrisy that this man is practicing.
Not possible to run from the jail. That's very true. Practically it is not possible. However, his party has been supporting to him, and party has been voted by the people.
All right, moving on to a related breaking news development, which is Republic accessing CBI's remand plea for Kejriwal, in which a big role is emerging for Bibhav Kumar also, by the way. But what is important is that as per the CBI remand copy, Kejriwal pushed and pressed the pedal on quick acceptance of the excise policy, which is under this scanner now. There is a complicity of the accused, as also confirmed by the fact that co-accused Buchi Babu, Abhishek Boinpalli and Arun R. Pillai came to Delhi, and the South group met Arvind Kejriwal, it seems, according to the remand note. And the place where the two sides met, that was facilitated by Bibhav Kumar, Arvind Kejriwal's private secretary, private assistant. And Riyanka joins us live on this. Riyanka, you have accessed the remand note of CBI. How long before we hear the court's verdict on CBI seeking the custody of Arvind Kejriwal for his custodial interrogation?
That's right. We have accessed the remand copy of the Central Bureau of Investigation, which has now sought 5-day remand of Arvind Kejriwal in the excise policy case. Let us get you a few snippets of what the CBI has mentioned in its remand letter to the court. The CBI says Arvind Kejriwal, his role has been surfaced, is one of the main conspirators of the criminal conspiracy in the commission of the excise policy. The CBI also goes ahead and mentions that it has been revealed that accused Vijay Nair, who is a close associate of Arvind Kejriwal, was contacting various liquor manufacturers and traders and demanding undue gratification since March 2021. We are also getting to know, as far as the remand copy states, Magunta Reddy had met Arvind Kejriwal in his office at the Delhi Secretariat and requested him to provide support to the liquor business at Delhi in the upcoming excise policy for the year 2021-22. All of this has been mentioned in the remand copy. In the said meeting, Arvind Kejriwal had assured support to Magunta Reddy and asked him to contact co-accused K. Kavita in this regard, and it is also said that Kejriwal and Reddy asked Reddy to provide monetary funding to the Aam Aadmi Party. So very clearly the CBI in its remand copy has said that Kejriwal did seek monetary support for the Aam Aadmi Party, and we know how the South Group has acted as one of the biggest conspirators and accused in this case, with K. Kavita also behind the bars, and Kejriwal accused of receiving rupees 100 crore kickbacks. In fact, the CBI also today said that it has found a trail of 44 crores, which was in fact used as the proceeds of crime to pay for the Chief Minister's stay in Goa, and they have evidences of Chief Minister's visit to Goa multiple times during that period. In fact, the remand copy also said that the accused of the South Group, they had travelled to the national capital to meet Arvind Kejriwal regarding the excise policy being drafted at that point in time of COVID-19. In a chartered flight, these people had come down to the national capital and they had met Arvind Kejriwal at his residence. So these are the details that are coming in from the remand copy. We have to wait and see what the court gives out order, whether it will give 5-day remand to CBI or not. That is still awaited.
All right, thank you so much. Remand order on the CBI plea for custodial interrogation of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal awaited. Riyanka bringing you those details. Of course, she would bring you those breaking news developments also as and when they happen. But moving on to Parliament, and we're getting these visuals which came earlier in the day from inside the Parliament, from Prime Minister's office. In fact, he had some special guests. Seems like granddaughters of Haryana Governor Bandaru Dattatreya, and they had their special moment with the Prime Minister.
खुद को जला दिया, शब्द ही नहीं जो इनका शुक्रिया करे, हाथ जोड़ मोदी जी को वंदन करे जाए। वाह। माथी भूमि को जिसने मान दिया, खुद का जीवन भी जिसने भारत
It's been more than a month when the VVIP killer mowed down 2 innocents. The Pune Porsche case